You guys should be audible now.
Let's see.
Better?
Seems better.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll play it by card and see how that works. Sorry about that, guys. Seem to be having some connectivity issues of Comcast. Isn't that always fun?
As you order. I've got your 6. As you command.
Yeah, it looks good on my end.
Okay, good.
Give me orders. Moving out.
Let us know if you guys have any issues with the stream.
Yeah, if you have any issues, just shoot us a message and we'll troubleshoot it. Um, so why don't you guys go into some of the questions now and just kind of see we get going on that.
Ready to go.
Alright, so we have one from Randvork that says, when co-op hits, can people share the same transport? Let's see, let's see, Rand's main concern is transporting vehicles. He notices that the air/armored get Marlin to transport vehicles. Do the other doctrines have any other transport vehicles?
Um, the only one that really has a lot of air power would be the armored core. The other ones basically get the little bird. Otherwise, they get the JLTV to transport. But it's primarily that doctrine is like the heavy hitter in terms of transporting a lot of units in a amount of time. And then when it comes down to sharing transports, yes, the idea is that you're all sharing the same world. So you know, you're basically just an expansion of player one in terms of basically like you control the same amount of units, you can share everything and be able to work towards a more common goal together. Of like, trying to basically invade an island, and you load up all your units into one helicopter, and then you just go over there to shoot up, and if you want to carry your friend's striker, then you carry your friend's striker, or you don't. It completely comes up to you and how you want to play the game. Or you can, like, if they have the same doctrine, they can make a striker. So then it makes it to where when you're playing in co-op, people have to specialize and be like, okay, I'm gonna go this doctrine for logistics and transport. I'm gonna go this doctrine because I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna build after the other players secure a zone. The idea is just they all work off each other. So not one player is all powerful, and it requires like 3 to 4 players to really just kind of get in there and like really exert the power that needs to be put out there to kind of bring everything to heel. Oh fuck, where's Winters? Oh fuck, I must have sent her over here to cap. Yep, she was. No, that's not her. Where is Winters?
Let's see. And then Joseph, as for the attack heli, how
Oh
limited
shit,
is
that's
the
not her.
ammo going to be for it?
It will be done.
The attack chopper? Is she talking about the Apache or the?
Or it just says attack heli.
I'm not
So,
sure what
assuming
that
the
is.
Apache?
Um. Holy shit, this is a lot of them fucking infected. I'm not sure what. There's more than one attack heli. I'm not sure about that question. See if you can clarify if he's still around. I need more people.
Ready to go. This should be exciting.
Let's see. Millington, do you plan to add tanks as in-game content?
When he says tanks, I'm assuming he means like the Abrams.
Abrams and stuff like that, probably.
Myself and Chris have talked about that quite a bit, but it's one of those things where basically we wanted to see just kind of how the balance plays out with the current subset of vehicles, and then based off of that, we're gonna decide of like what the next doctrines are. Because I mean, that would most likely be another doctrine, but we won't know until basically the game has had more time to marinate, the balance is better, and then at that point we reevaluate what people want to see when it comes to the doctrines, and just kind of go from there. Oh wait, as a scientist, I forgot to give a flamethrower. Oops. And then you're gonna be over here. And you're gonna be the rushing team.
see, and the Comrade Lemon has, will you be able to make will you be able to make your own maps for when modding tools are out?
Oh fuck! I set up an alarm. Yes, that's the whole key premise of modding, is to basically be able to change out every aspect of the game. And our goal, design-wise, is to make it so you can do total conversion mods. So if you want to, again, change out the entire world and put it on, like, you know, a Starship Troopers planet, you could do that. If you want to basically, you know, put it on Star Wars, you could do that. It's whatever you want to do at the end of the day, which is why we've already kind of reached out to Epic, and we're working on basically getting an SDK set up on their the Epic Marketplace. So then that way we can distribute the SDK and anyone can make content for the game and then ship it on mod.io to be the modding platform that we're going to be basically moving to after the new year, because it'll basically have a mod launcher in game, and you'll be able to sub mods online, and you'll be able to sub mods basically in the game as well. Just go ahead and just call another airstrike.
Clear the area. Carpet bomb incoming.
And go with that. Oh, I don't have enough points. Okay, and then let's go ahead.
I'd say let's go over some of the suggestions that we have in here, because there's a lot more questions and suggestions in here that you can pick from.
Yeah, certainly.
As you order.
It will be done. Dial. It will be done.
Oh, someone mentioned Steam Workshop. The only reason why we're not pushing the Steam Workshop is because it's not basically store friendly. Like, let me rephrase that. Like, if we have it on the Humble Bundle, let me rephrase that again. I'm trying to give a good example. So, like, let's say, for instance, we add it to another platform like Uplay or something else, or another distribution channel where they host the files. Then it doesn't work that well for cross-platform. So we're trying to basically find a... What the hell? They broke through? We're trying to find basically a platform for modding that's going to be open-ended. So if we decide to put it on console in the future, it's doable. If we decide to put it on another store platform, like Unreal... Okay, there's again. Epic Games Launcher, or the GOG Launcher. There's not a reliance on Steam as the backend. It'll work no matter what. Oh, you'll have access to every single mod no matter what. It's not going to be like, well, now they have to come up with a whole new solution for, you know, the Unreal Marketplace. Or we have to come up with a whole new solution for, you know, basically, if we go on GOG, which inevitably eventually we will. So the idea is to kind of just think about the future in terms of basically just mod support and making it to where it's approachable and everyone can use it. And it's not going to be, well, you have to go here for that place, these mods, you have to go here for those, and you got to go here for those. And it comes to just, you know, a jumbled mess in terms of basically being able to find the best mods, and if someone even uploads their mods on the same website or, you know, multiple websites kind of deal. So we're trying to centralize it so you'll have access to all the mods no matter what. No matter what platform you're on.
What are your orders?
Because Humble Bundle actually just activates your Steam keys, but those two would be an example where it would be like completely different ecosystem of how you distribute the game. Because we just give them a DRM-less version, they just run wherever they want. And then the other one would be like, you know, you're on the Epic Games Store, so there's not really you don't have a Steam account per se. So that's our thought process, of course, is to basically keep that so it works on every ecosystem. Michael, did you want to grab something from suggestions, and maybe you, Chris, and Ashley could just kind of debate it and kind of just let them know where we are?
Yeah, so I have a few. So let's go over Hunter the Wolf. He has right here, let me summarize this one. Let's see. Work later on ahead, get some details, we get stronger units. It feels like the elite units, like the exo units, maybe adding more super soldiers for like doctrines. Let's see, where basically you would kind of gain research on every infected type, like maybe the blow up, the spitters, and stuff like that, and be able to research units that specialize in taking out those infected.
Oh.
Like, for instance, the mobile infantry would get exosuits, the engineers would get a heavy bunker type of upgrade. more agile infected would get shredder trap, sort of stuff like that. Like the ones that are able to move around the field faster, like a shock field.
On the go.
As you order.
That sounds like a whole other doctrine.
As you command.
Yeah, that kind of does sound. It's seems more of like an adaptive doctrine more than like a preset one.
About this. As you wish.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, you're welcome to chime in here in terms of like how if something like that would even fit within the narrative of what they're doing.
It's a tad bit too sci-fi. And our world's a little more grounded to like current military status.
Moving
I mean, something like that would work in like a long term,
at your command.
as the virus becomes more virulent and starts to spread.
Moving there.
So I wouldn't rule it out entirely, but I'm not
Give me
really. I
orders.
can't say for this game particularly
As you
right
order.
now that would be a good fit.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving out.
And I guess like since we have everything right here, let's go ahead and kind of clarify more about the co-op because it seems like there's a lot of questions and confusion about the exact release date.
At your
Yes.
command.
I mean, when it comes to it right now, the original release date was obviously December, but then I got pushed back because of just the open world update and just all the things that happened by us implementing this beta setup. So you figure when it comes down to it, now we're looking at like early 2021, just to make sure. Because the thing is, I think this is important, is that before we implement co-op, the jankiness of the gameplay needs to be resolved. The pathfinding needs to be improved. You know, all the core gameplay mechanics need to be like solidified, working, and there's no more like I told someone to go over there and he like Michael Jackson's over there,
At your command.
or like I told someone to go over there and he basically gets stuck or pathfinds incorrectly, that kind of stuff. So it's our goal that before we implement co-op, we remove as many frustrations and barrier to entries as possible, so that way when we do the co-op code, it's pristine, it's ready to go, and you can just jump in with your friends, and all we're doing is just testing the co-op, and we're not still going backwards and improving the core game and changing a lot of systems here and
As you
there.
command.
Besides just whatever we have planned for year 2, of course.
Moving out.
But I think in a
Yes, we
nutshell,
can
that's
fix.
really what we're trying to aim to do
As
is
you
just make sure that it's as concrete as possible before we
Moving
implement the
there.
co-op. We'll delete that.
Okay. And then let's go back to one of the suggestions here. It's another one from Hunter the Wolf. Hunter states he personally finds the game has gotten a bit hard as he's had units that seem to instant die within like 20 to 10 to 20 seconds of combat, and states that the small infected
As you wish.
are easy to kill in the bigger infected tank so much that it makes the game annoying.
Bad feeling.
Okay.
And he's suggesting having different types of round like flame, shock rounds, and as well as like a riot shield unit, or maybe another type which allows you to add flames to the shield. A tank that allows 2 other units to garrison in it, aka set the guns on it, and then the infected must go around the shield to hit or destroy it. What are your thoughts on that? That's kind of messes with the, I would say. I'd say like when it comes to like the sci-fi-ness, that's just my opinion on it. With like I know incendiary ammo is a thing, but shock rounds,
Have the stomach for
I think that kind of
that's
goes
more
into
about the
basic.
less lethal.
I think that kind of goes out to the range of like basically what's realistic right now in terms of like what people are using, is the idea that we're trying to keep it constrained to the time period. This is how they would react on day 1 of a viral infection, and it's not about basically like going too sci-fi in the future. So it's keeping it grounded and giving the players enough tools to basically be able to counter the situation.
As
Um,
you order.
when it comes down to it being too hard, I think that a lot of that.
Is under attack.
Who the fuck is attacking me? Hold on. Where am I under attack from?
Been lost.
Oh, damn it! That was my forward scout. Sorry. I think that when it comes down to it being too hard, a lot of that will be rectified when we just kind of like the first pass of weapon balancing went in. So we figure I'm kind of curious to see just kind of what they have to say about that, because we buffed a lot of units. So people, entire play styles became more viable because now you could go in all spec ops and they're not gonna suck ass. They're actually gonna be able to go in there and fight the enemy and actually be able to survive, and they're more elite than the assaults now.
Enemy sighted.
So,
Your base is under attack.
oh, that was nice. A blood guy just fucking
Warning.
blew up on my
Oh
shit.
wow. So I'd also like to say with the weapon balance, it's not like what's the word?
Oh,
You
that
know,
was a
when you would
blue guy.
upgrade your weapons before, you would just get like increased damage. So what my goal was for the weapon balance was kind of like unique to your playstyle. The weapons are a lot more realistic and sense with their damage. Like for instance, the UMP does more damage, but it has a slower fire rate. The crit chance is lower than the MP7, so the MP7 has buff damage and increased fire rate and higher crit chance. So it's really just up to your playstyle when it comes to that. So that's kind of where it came from. So the upgrades, think of it more as like it really depends on what your playstyle is going to be when you choose which loadout you want your units to have.
I'll handle it. On the go.
For like the Scar and the M4 is obviously faster than the Scar, but the Scar hits a
Holy
lot
fuck.
harder.
Sorry, there's a lot of infected around that corner.
Also, I'm
Don't
curious
shoot.
to see how the grenade launcher works for you because it team kills a lot.
Yeah, you have to basically babysit it. It's not one of those weapons where you can just tell it to just do whatever the hell you want. That's why I have my guys on hold fire,
Ready to go.
and I'm just gonna basically get in there and basically have them fuck them up.
Ready to
So let's put one there.
On station.
Let's put one
We
there.
can go back. We got another AMA question.
Let's put some guards on him.
Ready to go.
Let's put some guards on him. Let's put one in the center. I should probably be grouping these guys, but too much logic.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys ask like questions that were already covered, that's fine because we're all here. We can just answer it again. Let's see.
Well there, buddy, you better prioritize that horde coming to get a sandwich on you. Oh, shit! Oh my god, those guys are suicidal. Beta! Beta!
Wow.
The grenade launcher just fucked you, man.
Okay, alright, definitely some rebalancing is coming in the next fucking couple of days. I can't even get mad at that, that was actually fucking hilarious.
I honestly don't know how to fix that with the grenade launcher. Like, he just goes like rapid fire for everything.
no.
That would honestly be a focusing to shoot further away from like units close to him.
What needs to
Maybe-
happen is that we need to add an ROE option where you could dictate who, like, that you could dictate who they're allowed to target based off of their distance and how far they're away from enemies. So maybe what we do is we add like an ROE tab where it's just like, what would it be like? Put like grenade launcher or like put like like explosive weapons kind of ordnance configuration, and you could basically be like, oh, I don't give a shit about my unit. If they're gonna die, just open up. Like it'd probably be some kind of like configuration where you could go there and you could basically tweak like how aggressively they shoot and how far away. So they'll do a distance check and they'll be like, oh, if I fire a rocket here, it's not gonna hurt Philip over there because he's outside of the explosive radius of that shell. It's gonna explode right here. So like
Yeah.
that's more so we could probably fix that in the early parts of next week. Is is basically make them so they're not as like idiotic, because that was purely idiotic.
That
Oh,
was
there-
great.
Yeah, but this is why it's a beta branch and we didn't release it to the public, because it was gonna be like chaos.
The javelin's even better, man, because you could have an infected that it shoots at, and that infected runs into Philip, and he can kill himself because the javelin tracks him.
Oh, because it tracks it and then it basically lands at their feet and they're like dead at that point.
Yeah, it's great. It honestly should just be like lock of the last ping location when it fires. I think that would work a lot better.
The only problem is when we add in the faction vehicles, then it'll get frustrating.
Well, that's the thing. Is like a javelin heat sink to
Yeah?
vehicles units is a whole other thing.
So you're suggesting for units we don't heat sink, and for vehicles we do heat sink. So then that way
Yeah.
it's less likely for it to friendly fire. But if it's a vehicle and they got that close to you, it's their fault at that point.
Yeah, so like it would work like the artillery when it comes to units and actually track vehicles.
We might want to get Jacob to kind of clean up that sound effect on the grenade, because that's kind of obnoxious. Is it me, or is that sound effect kind of
Well,
obnoxious?
that one, well, I have the audio turned off in the stream because of the echo.
Oh yeah, like that audio sound effect is too loud.
Yeah, me.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
properly attenuated. So I'll probably. Oh my God, there's a blow guy running at me sideways. That's always awkward. Yeah, we gotta figure out that bug before this is released to public. I mean, outside the public, because like that bug is so obnoxious. That's a new bug that has occurred recently in the last month or so. Yeah, that sound is gonna make you want to like.
Oh, the sound.
Yeah, it's gonna make you want to punch a
Honestly,
baby.
if we can get the sound changed and then change the rate of fire, I think it'll be a lot more because it should only be a 4-shot, not a 6-shot. Shouldn't even be playing that much.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Cause it's a little bit. I mean, they're already out of ammo. They've already extinguished everything, and they're pretty OP. Like I'm kind of waiting to get enough to get the minigun. Where are you?
The minigun hasn't been tweaked just because I'm not sure what's going off the piercer rounds. Because if I mess with that damage, it could completely revamp the whole thing.
I understand.
Let's see. Back to the questions. I have Billington back over here. How do factions work? Like, will there be a diplomacy screen, sort of, with them when you encounter them? And when you talk to them about vehicles for factions, what kind of vehicles will they have? Oh, when you talk about vehicles for factions, what kind of vehicles will they have? Like, technicals for the NR system.
Chris, you want to kind of go into basically just kind of what we talk about for the factions? Try not to die right now.
It's fake. It's been a while since I've done factions.
Oh my god, that sound effects is loud.
Can you give me one part of the question?
How do factions work generally? Like, will there be a diplomacy screen, sort of, when you encounter them? And what type of vehicles will they have?
So, factions, you have Natalie and Pierce. Both of them will be on either side of the two islands. And you begin with them fairly neutral. And as you start to work with them, you can do like various side stuff for them. Some of it's like more infected you kill. You can start to gain favor from the one faction or another. But if you start to go against what that faction stands for instance, like Pierce, his focus is protecting people and gathering survivors. And if you're more about going after the infected and just killing everything in your path, then he's not going to trust you very much and could start to attack you on sight once you go over that certain line. While Nally is more interested in surviving and she doesn't really care who get between the islands since they don't have air power.
Shit!
As for additional vehicles, that's something we have to kind of contemplate over the next year. They want to have the same arsenal that CERC has. They're government funded.
Let's see.
Shoot!
Oh yeah, I wrote it down.
Please.
Hey, is Turing breaking for you guys again?
It's buffering for me. Yeah.
Sure.
Gray who asks, will there be tower defenses?
As in tower defenses in the gameplay mechanic, or a tower defenses as like actual tower so you can get on top of?
Like a tower that you can build for gameplay purposes for like defensive areas.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Like so
like a bunker, but it's a tower.
So when it comes to that, we did have a pillbox that was actually an elevated position that you could get on top of and you could shoot. And it was basically we were testing the mechanics of doing that. We do want to go back and revisit being able to build. What the fuck are they shooting at? Oh, those guys. We do want to go back and we want to revisit being able to build like that and being able to actually have a physical imprint. You can set up guard powers and outposts. But it's just something that we just haven't had the time to really just kind of evaluate. We want to get the last roadmap stuff items done, and then that's something that we're going to look at when we have a little bit of extra time before we implement co-op. Is what else can we squeeze in there and still be on schedule for making sure everything's done at the end of our first year of May 15th.
Robert, people are having trouble with this stream.
It's back up now.
I swear to God, it's my goddamn Comcast.
Let's see. Gray, did that answer your question or did it cut out before we answered it?
Let me pause the game and check it. Is it working?
Yeah, it's still working for me.
Oh, okay.
It just cut out there for a little bit. see. I lost all the previous questions as well. That's great.
Oh.
I got them. Okay, so Oobs asked for like a small quality of life idea. Will there be a chance to maybe get a way to recruit several units at once without recruiting one guy after the other? Maybe like holding shift and clicking the recruit several times.
Oh, I get what you mean. Huh.
I've actually wanted that for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Huh. Can you write that down? Cause like that's more of a thing where like we have to kind of just, that's a quality of life thing. Where I get it, because sometimes you'll lose your entire squad, your team, and you're like, okay, I need to get out 10 guys really fast, and then it would just auto order 10 or 15 guys for you. I'm about to die. Yay!
Rest in peace.
Thank you.
Uh,
Oh no!
oh,
It's giving such a hard time. It has to be my internet, and I'm gonna have to call Comcast after this. How bad is it buffering? I'm gonna switch out that gun.
Damn.
It's kind of obnoxious.
still buffering. Yeah, F in the chat for that squad. I'm with Wolf on that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill his ass. He's a little bit annoying. And my engineer died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
I
why.
refresh the stream.
Yeah, the stream actually just goes off back to title screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's back now.
This is, don't get Comcast, kids. The motto of the story is Comcast is bad.
I'm 18 feet.
Oh Jesus.
Well, I guess since we have a surprise guest, I guess I'd like to introduce Derek.
Oh look, it's Derek. Hey Derek, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Derek.
Jesus Christ.
Derek. Do you just mind saying what you do real quick?
Yeah, I'm a programmer on Cepheus Protocol. I've done a lot of the work on the minimap, a lot of the work with the new weapons in the doctrine system, a lot of...
Let's start pushing them back. How much time do we have on the clock?
Buffering again.
Yeah, it's buffering again. I mean, in all honesty, we've probably only gotten like 10 solid minutes of gameplay.
Well, at least it's recorded, so I'll be able to re-upload it for people that were like having issues. So we can still go back and watch it, and it won't be too bad, I guess. And I'm gonna have to just call Comcast because like what the heck? Like I don't understand. Oh my God, they're swarming me from every direction.
Yeah, Greyho didn't hear our answer to the tower's idea.
Oh, sad panda.
Yeah, it's back up right now, so I guess we can touch it again about the plans.
Yeah.
It broke again. Okay, so I guess do we have plans to implement that? Because I'm pretty sure you mentioned that it was in the pipeline.
We do have plans. It's just a matter of just finding the right time to fit it in there, just because of the amount of things going on at any given time. So it's definitely.
And Derek.
Yeah.
Derek will have to be reintroduced because it cut out.
Oh shit! No, run!
Get him out of there!
Oh, that was close. I fumbled it.
All right, so this is Derek. He is a programmer.
Hello, I'm Derek. I'm the programmer he just mentioned. I did a lot of work on Cepheus still doing a lot of work on Cepheus Protocol. I'm a programmer. I do a lot of these stuff with the UI, with the unit movements, with the doctrine system, the vehicles. I've got quite a few responsibilities on this project, and quite often it's been quite a pleasure to work on.
Grenade. Huzzah! Everyone's so quiet. Everyone's so shy. Michael, get them not shy anymore.
All right, so Derek, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what got you into game design? How about that?
Well, quite a bit since I was young, I quite enjoyed playing games with my family, and even gaming online. Even when I was young, that got me to learn typing quickly. Especially since I played an online game, an old one called VMK, that didn't have. They had a dictionary there for what words they allowed, because it was like an Eat for Everyone Disney-owned game. So you had to type correctly for it to work. I took it the extra mile and started typing with punctuation and stuff as well, and just kept going with that, and that ended up being a useful skill set going into programming as my job. From there, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy actually turned out to be quite a introduction, shall we say, to modifying things. That's where I basically learned about game mods, where I learned about messing around with console commands. I would just go into like biggest level I could, kill a giant rank earlier than you're supposed to kill it, and then I'd save it, and I'd have this big sandbox to just spawn stuff in using the console and just figure stuff out that way. From there, started learning modding, started learning other things. Games with creative tools like Little Big Planet, for example, were a way that introduced me to programming because in Little Big Planet 2, for example, I programmed an Iron Man suit, which took a while, but it was the first like real programming endeavor I did. Um, I then went into education, got into college at DeVry University for game and simulation programming and C++. Graduated and started making mods for Starbound, then XCOM 2, and that's how Robert found me. Actually, was through my XCOM 2 mods on the Steam Workshop. And yeah, that's now I'm here.
Yay!
There you have it, guys. A notebook story.
What?
I went too long. Sorry.
They found each other through
What?
the internet.
What? Oh God.
Not like that.
Love at first sight.
Please. I need more alcohol.
They connected. They are now great friends.
You don't even drink alcohol.
I know, but still, because of
Yeah,
Michael.
that's what I'm saying. That's like
Alright.
his escape is I need alcohol. It's like you don't even drink.
I know, but still, it's great. It's a great put.
Which I agree with. I don't either.
Well, I mean, you don't have to drink, but I mean, occasionally I'll sit down and have a glass of wine because I'm not fancy.
I can't blame you for that, but I don't drink either.
I love just dying horribly in my own game, because, like, you know, I just keep getting distracted when everyone's saying, and it's just like, oh, look, they're dead again! Oh, look, Winters is
You
gonna
get
die!
distracted, you look away for a few seconds, it's like, oh yeah, I need to pay attention.
Hey,
Oh.
look,
You have to be
Winters,
very
carry me,
proactive while
bro!
characters cut, or
Yeah!
All right,
Yeah, you have to
so
be
real quick,
very-
back on track. We have another question from Ghost. Well, not really a
Run!
question, it's a suggestion. So Ghost says, for the grenade launcher, how about adding a minimum arming distance to prevent shooting themselves? Well, you see, it's plain as intended.
Wait, that's what we're doing, though.
Yeah, it works as intended.
Where we are adding a minimum engagement distance meter thingy. Like, it's just gonna be
Yeah,
an ROV, but it's
that's
a float.
in the plans.
Yep.
It's just right now, just
Run,
Protect
woman,
yourself.
run! Oh wait, I have a little bird. Little bird, go pick her up. God, I suck in my own game. They even took that.
Oh.
That shows how much I
Wow.
suck. I'm just gonna have a
So,
little
real
bird pick
quick,
her up.
we also have another person. I'm just going to introduce everyone. I'm calling out everybody in this chat. So,
Do
Efren.
it. Put him on fire.
This is Efren. Efren, do you care to introduce yourself?
No problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Excellent. My name's Efren Silva. I'm one of the level designers, 3D
There
model.
you go, guys. Another notebook story.
Jesus Christ.
They didn't hear it was just buffering.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh, no.
I just love
No,
the buffer.
he finished before it buffered, I'd have to say.
And we can still upload it later. I gotta just call Comcast. I don't think it's gonna fix tonight.
Next time you introduce yourself, do it in Sean Connery's voice.
Oh yeah, do it in the
just
Sean
come
Connery
back, talk
voice.
with the Terminator accent, so they'll be like, what the fuck? Alright. Okay, it's back up. Efren, go ahead.
Oh my god, really?
Sean
Yeah.
Connery.
Do the Sean
Oh,
Connery
Sean Connery.
voice.
So, my name's Efren Silva. I'm one of the level designers for Cepheus Protocol.
That's it?
Anyways.
That's all you got?
That's all you got?
What the fuck?
Disappointed.
I get paid by the hour.
You get paid by the... We don't pay you to fuck up like that, Efren. What the hell?
Sean Connery doesn't come cheap.
That's 50 words a line, guys.
No,
We need a bigger
anyways,
budget.
I'll redo that. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I got into video games mainly because I first wanted to get into movies, and then I figured out, it's much more time, much more room to tell an epic story in video games than there is in movies. So that's what brought me to this.
Merry endeavor.
Merry endeavor indeed. So, I guess we haven't really gotten to see the zone that Efren's been working on.
Yeah, it's kinda
Because we
hidden in
do
the
have
corner.
another level designer as well, Miles.
He's dead somewhere. In an alley.
Oh, God. Okay.
Someone summoned Miles. Just make a bird call.
He's at work.
Oh, that's right. He's at work. No, he doesn't work today. Remember?
What?
He doesn't work today. His day's off.
I'll message him.
Video's down again.
He's probably hiding somewhere. Oh
No
wait!
excuses.
Oh wait!
Basically, just from like being very young, I just love drawing. I love the idea of like
Wait,
taking
stop,
it
stop,
like,
stop, stop, stop. It's buffering again.
Yeah.
oh
This is
no.
such horribleness. The
Yeah,
fucking
sorry.
buffering is horrible. I mean, actually, she can. That
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. We've only been up for almost 15 minutes.
Okay, that is.
Yeah, Lemon, the stream keeps cutting in and out.
I don't understand what's going on with Comcast. Let me call them real fast. Give me a second. I'm gonna pop. You guys, well, you guys can't play, so it doesn't really work out too well. So,
I guess just leave it to where we can talk.
okay, you guys just chitter chocker. I'm gonna call Comcast.
Working as intended, guys. All right,
Part of the
so
plan.
yep. Stream should be back up, so ooh, look at the waifu in the background.
What? Oh no. Well, hold on. Let me fix that. You see nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Okay, so fill the dead air, boys and girls. While I figure out the
All
heck
right,
going on.
so let me throw Ashley back and feed her to the wolves. So let's go ahead. What got you into art?
Yeah, so basically, just I love drawing from an early age. It was like pretty much a passion. I'd always be drawing something or sketching, even at school. So I just love the idea of creating something out of nothing. And then obviously, for video games, it's always been a passion of mine too. I love playing video games. I love like the art in video games. So I was very, very lucky to be able to be like reached out by Robert on DeviantArt, and he got me into the project. And yeah, it's been a blessing, like Derek said.
Okay.
Is there any particular video game series whose art style you really enjoy?
Definitely. I've always loved Final Fantasy. I love like pretty much all, the art style, the cutscenes, like everything. The world they make is just beautiful.
Yeah, I'd have to say that now that you say Final Fantasy, I definitely can see that from some of your concepts that you drop sometimes. I can see that kind of
Oh, yeah.
reminds me of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's like my absolute favorite video game series.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
And what
Final
about you
Fantasy-
guys?
I guess, well, I did my whole spiel last time. I don't care to do it again, but Clara,
Hello,
Clara, do you care to introduce yourself?
stream.
Wait, what?
We're still streaming.
We're streaming right now.
Streaming?
Hello,
Yeah, I'm putting you on the
you're
spot.
live.
Oh, my name is Clara. I did it.
Can we get a clap? All right,
Yahoo!
welcome.
So what do you do for us, Clara?
I do character modeling, rigging, and animating.
All right, and what got you into game design is a real question.
Well, I was looking at colleges and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And one of the colleges I looked at had game art as a subject, as a major. And I was like, that sounds pretty neat. I like video games. I'll do that. And now I hate video games, so thanks.
Oh,
College
well,
no, I'm kidding.
you're fired.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Robert has that effect on everybody.
Oh,
Robert makes you do it till you hate it, and then he makes you
it's
keep doing it.
it's like BoJack Horseman. You join on, and then you're just like, man, why am I questioning my existence?
Oh my gosh, you watch BoJack?
Yeah,